Greetings YouTube! So, I recently saw a video on Mike's channel, Weapon Collector, here on YouTube, and he's been doing his 10-pound weapon build videos. And one of the guys used a square shovel. This is not a square shovel. Are they called spades? I can't remember, but it was a rectangular shaped shovel, and he turned it into a functional weapon. And I've never done that, really. So I was at a yard sale today, and I picked up this old beat-up shovel for $2. So I'm going to kind of turn it into a Spetum. So I'm going to put a central point, then two smaller side points on this when I'm done. So it's going to be kind of like a broad trident in some ways. And I've actually got two marks on there. You can't see them because it's old and rusty, but I'm going to drill two holes in this, and they will be my target. And then I'm going to drill. Then I'm going to make cuts from the holes out to the edge, and then from the holes out to the tip, and that will then make. I'll be cutting two triangles out of this essentially, and then sharpening the whole darn thing. And I realized that I don't have chalk, because I was going to use chalk to lay this out, and I'm just kind of having to kind of eyeball it some ways. I will probably be laying down some lines once I get the two holes done, because once the holes are there, it'll be easier for me to lay out the lines. At the moment, the lines are would be a little wonky. I also should probably clean that dirt off there. But it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a pretty quick process, because once I get this finished, it's just gonna matter of sharpening. I think I may even sharpen the outside edge as well. So I'm gonna drill the holes first, and once that's done, I'll come back. Alrighty, so this is far harder than I thought it was going to be. Like, physically, the steel is harder than I thought it was going to be. So I'm not going to screw with it. I'm going to leave the two little dimples right there just fine, and we're going to cut to those two spots. So I've got the line set up, and I used this piece of broken belt from my 1-inch wide belt sander. It's a 1-inch, and it's a 20-inch belt. I think it's 20-inch, regardless, but it's for my belt sander. And I use this often to get into places that I can't fit things, because it's a nice strip of paper. But it's also stiff enough that I was able to conform it to the curvature of this and use it as a straight line, to make a straight line, because I don't have anything else that would make that curvature. So I just thought of that just now. I'm just looking around like, how the heck am I going to draw a straight line on a parabolic surface? That's how I did it. And that's not dirt, that's concrete. So that'll be fun when I hit it. So now I need to turn my, actually I may bolt this, I may clamp this to the table, get a little lower. I don't think I want it this high when I start. So yeah, I think I may clamp this to the table before I start cutting. And I think I may make this one first. And I'm going to try to cut on the outside of the line on both of those, and then cut down the center of the line on that one. And if I do that, I'll come up pretty much to a point. If it's not perfect, that's what the gods made flap wheels for. You can make something fit the way you want it to fit. Getting that off there is going to be a pain in the butt, because I don't want to get totally ruined the patina, but I do want to put an edge on it. I've never flap wheeled concrete before. This will be a learning curve. Alrighty, so now I need to put on my headphones, because my hearing protection, because I've already got my goggles and my apron on, and I remembered my shop shoes. I had to go back upstairs because I forgot them the first time. Again, don't want to melt my new pair of shoes. So there we have the preliminary cuts. And now my drill bit may have had a hard time getting through this, but my angle grinder went through this thing like butter, which makes me think, I need a new drill bit. Now that I'm looking at it, I like these 2 points. I like the angle. A little bit of overcut on that one. Nobody's perfect. This comes up to a nice point. I will be able to shape that, final shape that with the flap wheel without a problem. I don't like this. So I'm thinking that I'm going to go from where this curve is right there and draw a line from there to here, and cut that off that way. So you'll get more of a distinct point on both sides. So since I've already got this clamped, I'll probably just draw that in right here. It's already stable. And this is a weird angle. I've got it propped up against the wall essentially behind this to kind of get it, to keep it from moving, because this is a difficult object to clamp. I mean, this is round and this is a parabolic curve, and these came out nice. I'm gonna keep these. Maybe you'll find a use for these. It wouldn't be difficult to flatten that out at all and turn that into something, you know, like a back spike or something, or a back blade. That could be intriguing. I gotta learn to weld. Really, I need to do that. But at the minute, I need to lay out some more lines and then make some more cuts, so I get this to be closer to the Spetum shape that I want. Yeah, so far so good. So here we have all the points are done, and I've got them shaped the way I want. I rounded over these little corners a little bit because that's a kind of a complex curve there. I brought this in slightly. I cleaned these up this way. Again, I've got that little bit of excess in here, but that's nothing I can do about that. Again, it's a post-apocalyptic weapon, so I'm okay with that. And I don't want to ruin the patina. That's why I'm not going to touch the marker on here, because I'm going to put the bevel on for the edge. The marker will disappear, because I really want to keep that patina as much as possible. And I'm hoping I can get my flap wheel in there and kind of get that shiny bit out of there a little bit, so it'll blend in with the shiny edge and not be so much of a curve. We'll see how that turns out. But so far, I really like this thing. This is coming out really nice. Very simple. I mean, again, you could do this with clamps. If you had you could clamp this to the railing on a porch or something, or on a picnic table in your backyard. This is a low entry project. Angle grinder with a cutoff wheel and a flap wheel. So you're looking at, you go to Harbor Freight, you can get all the things you need for this for like under 40 bucks, including clamps. I figure maybe 50, maybe less than that. And I paid $2 for the shovel. So this is a low entry project. I'm telling you, anybody who wants to do this kind of thing can do this kind of thing. So now I'm going to put a bevel on those edges, and again, not shaven sharp, just, this is a thrusting weapon, so it doesn't have to be all that sharp. No one's going to be cutting with this thing. Safety tip, I have upgraded my goggles from these old ones to these new DeWalt's. This was a video, these are a brand that I saw recommended by Adam Savage, and I like them a lot. They're quite comfortable. Very good. There'll be a review on those in shortly. Now this is the finished Spetum. So we have the finished product. Here we go. And I sharpened the back edge as well. And again, I've just put like a 45-degree or so angle. Clamping this thing in the vise and getting the angle consistent on curves is not the easiest thing in the universe. But, oops, these are definitely pointy. And they would definitely do the job. And I really like the way these come here. This come down, you got this little scallop going in there. Yeah, that is very nice looking. This came out very well. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on a cheap rectangular style shovel. And again, I can't remember which was called which is a spade and which is a shovel or what have you. But that would give me a little more space, and maybe I could do something more pardon me, I'm burping. I had a calzone for lunch. It was quite tasty. No cheese. Can't have cheese, but tasty calzone. So yeah, this is a nice project. And again, low entry point threshold on this puppy. Cheap shovel, angle grinder, cutoff wheel, flap wheel, and clamps. That's it, and you're good to go, and you can make one of these. Now this handle isn't particularly long. It's a little shorter than I've seen on some shovels. So this is definitely a one-handed, you can use it as a shield real easily. It's a short-range weapon, but I've seen handles on shovels that were longer than this, and you could easily replace it. When I got this one, it was a little on the loose side, so I just hammered those rivets tight when I got it. It's the only modification I had to do to the rest of the tool. The rest of the handle is untouched. The head is what I actually worked on. So now I'm going to, I've already taken pictures for this. This picture is going to be in the shop for this one. And for my Instagram account. And now I need to take shots for the end of this video and for my DeviantArt page. So check those out as well, where you can always check my builds, because those are there all the time. Looking on my Instagram account would be a little tedious. Unless you could like to looking at my distant Instagram account at the moment, it's got a lot of kitten pics, because at the time of this recording, we got a kitten last weekend. Her name is Cersei. She is adorable. Even if the first time I met her, she bit the living crap out of my thumb. I bled like a stuck pig. I still have holes in my finger. It hurts. They're healed, mind you, but they're present, and if I push on them, they still hurt. Sharp little teeth. But if she was stressed, I don't blame the cat. So yeah, awesome project. Low entry point. Fast. I think I spent an hour putzing around down here doing this, and that is always longer because I'm doing videos. I'm stopping and taking shots and stuff. So I could have probably got this done in 35 or 40 minutes if I'd been by myself. So yeah, awesome project. A lot of fun. Had a good time.